guys, welcome back to our podcast, Grim Reading Kings, where we talk about anything spooky and strange. My name is Tom.
I'm Sammy.
I'm Tamsin.
Our upload day for our podcast is every Monday, and if you want to watch us, we upload every episode to our YouTube channel every Friday. So you can put a name to the face, a face to the name.
Face to the name to the face.
We also have a Patreon, where we upload a full uncut and edited episode each week, also on Mondays. All of these are linked in our description, so please do check them out and subscribe. And if you enjoy these stories, please give a like and thumbs up, because it helps us reach the ladder.
It helps us climb
of
the ladder.
Popularity.
Just reach the ladder.
Just to get to the bottom of it.
First we got to reach it.
We need to find that ladder first, and then we can maybe look at it, and then...
We have to look over a wall, have a peek at the ladder, and then...
How do you look over the wall without having a ladder, though?
Shit, we're fucked.
Redundant. Just give up.
This is it.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
Good evening.
I'm kidding,
We are the Grim Reading.
So let's do it.
Keep saying like I do apologise.
Right. I've got a metronome.
What's that?
In this series, we discuss dark history, and today's episode, I'll be telling you the story of the Tower of London.
Yeah.
The Tower of London.
I've never been inside.
Just like the ladder, you just looked at it.
From afar.
But do you remember we were out the Tower of London, but I really needed a wee, and I got really stroppy.
Yeah.
Because
But,
then we went for a wee, and then we had to pay money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we snuck you in, and she was like, no, one. I was like, we've only got 50p.
need a wee.
Yeah. And then you couldn't even wee then because you're so pissed
I
off.
was so stressed.
I had to think.
Stood outside.
I was like thinking of wee, and I was like, right, come on, just wee. Like, I was like a little bit stressed, but not as stressed as Tamsin was. But you just
I
didn't.
don't like the attention.
Everyone's watching, hurry up.
Yeah, because they did say, they came in and said hurry up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
London's such a nice place.
Oh, God.
So first of all, I'm going to talk about the history of the Tower of London. The Tower of London is an internationally famous monument and one of England's most iconic structures. William the Conqueror built the White Tower in 1066 as a demonstration of Norman power, sitting it strategically on the River Thames to act as both a fortress and gateway to the capital, and took 20 years to build, which is not bad back in
That's
Can you imagine
actually not bad at
1,000
all.
years ago building
Yeah.
that. It is the most complete example of an 11th century fortress palace remaining in Europe, a rare survival of a continuously developing ensemble of royal buildings from the 11th to the 16th century. The Tower of London has become one of the symbols of royalty. It has also fostered the development of several of England's major state institutions, incorporating such fundamental roles as the nation's defence, its record keeping and its coinage. It has been the setting for key historical events in European history, including the execution of 3 English queens. The tower is around 400 years older than the discovery of America, not the founding.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
That's mental. Because discovering is when they're like, oh look, there's an island over there, and then founding is when they're like, we declare
Shush.
this land.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where Columbus discovered England. by accident.
Sorry for those who listening on the podcast. Shelby's whining, and Tom just told him
Stop
to
it.
shush.
The tower has some really cool features. My favourite is the fact that on every entrance to every tower there was a witch's mark. This was instructed to be done to keep evil spirits away. So when it's first being built, they're like, keep the witches out.
Yeah,
Make
you
a
know
mark.
what? Can you just like make the little
It was really cool. Some woman that I was watching on TikTok, she lives there, so she just gets to walk in and out whenever she pleases.
Oh,
And you
I'd
see
love
all
to
like the
do
witches like marks all over. It's got like in the windows you've got them, in the wood,
that.
you've
Yeah.
got them above the doorway on the way and stuff like that.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
so cool.
As you probably know, the tower is very famous for its history of torture, and in a sick way, we're all a bit interested into it. The 3 main methods used were the manacle, the scavenger's daughter, and the rack.
What are those?
I will tell you right now.
Oh, okay.
Right on my feet.
I was already ready. Like, wait a minute.
Read this. The manacle was basically a variant of being hanged. The person's arms were lifted behind their back and clamped to a device lifting them off the floor.
What like that? Not like.
Like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
like literally
So
like
like that. Sometimes they
Okay.
have it like that, and if you're really bad, up behind you. So
that. What? And you're just hanging like that?
yeah,
Oh,
pull you off
my
the
shoulder
ground.
just clicked with that
Just
anyway.
dislocate, pull it out your
Yeah.
sockets and just be
Oh.
hanging by like flesh and muscle.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. The Scavenger's Daughter, or Skeffington's Irons, was designed by Sir Leonard Skeffington, who was the lieutenant of the tower during Henry VIII's reign. The prisoner would have the prisoner would have their knees to their chest and placed into the device. So basically, it's like a metal structure wrapped around you.
Yeah.
The scavenger's daughter would press with so much force that blood would pour from the person's eyes and nose, eventually imploding them.
Jesus.
So I thought it was like a screw turn thing until I started looking at pictures of it, and it just looks like a jack. So you just like lift it, and it just keeps clamping down on you, and it's like rough. The pictures, obviously, like in a fetal position, like that, but upright. And you just, oh.
God. I wonder how when you would pass out, or would you just pass out when you implode?
Oh, I don't know. I can't
I
imagine.
think you'd run out of air before that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think that's the point of it, was that it would start to cracking bones, so it would just give you more room to be alive, I think. So like your knees would pop out, and your legs would break, and you just keep going through yourself.
Survived, but you were just like, your arm was over here, and your leg was up there, and you're like, thanks guys.
Hunchback and Notre Dame. Next on the list is the rack. This has to be the most famous torture device known to man. The prisoner's arms and legs would be roped to a wheel and slowly rotating, ripping their limbs out of their sockets.
Is that when they're...
Yeah.
But later, a customized version of the rack was introduced with added spikes just in case the rack was too comfortable. So you'd be placed on it, and spikes would go inside you, and then you'd be ripped. So it'd pull you...
Like, drag you along the spikes. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Imaginative. I like it.
I can't... It always feels like... on Disenchantment is the cartoon, isn't it?
Disenchanted? Disenchantment.
Disenchanted.
Enchanted.
Yeah, it's disenchantment. Yeah, it's disenchantment.
That one, when he's like, he pulls his back, he's like,
yeah.
Oh, nothing a few days in a rack would fix. It's like, that would actually feel lush.
Oh, honestly, yeah.
So much.
I was like thinking, it's like there's a brief second when the rack mick might actually feel really good. Just like crack.
Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine that was
Yeah,
so nice.
They had a small one, like, back in the day to, like, pull, if you, like, you came out, what's it called?
Dislocate.
Yeah.
Came out, I'm gay.
Or you had something wrong, you could have a mini one where it would, like, pull your arm and, like, click it back into place. So there were, like, mini ones that were, like, good, but...
That's the scene on Incredibles, isn't it? When he's being pulled by the machine.
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he beats his ass.
He beats his ass. Amazingly, in the tower's history, only 48 people were tortured in the tower. I'm guessing that's an official number, but I'm sure the number is much higher than that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Better write this one down, actually.
One for them, one for me. And just to add, one of these 48 people was Guy Fawkes. He was involved in the failed gunpowder. Who was involved in the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. He was hung, drawn, and quartered.
Wow.
Being hung, drawn, and quartered was you're hung to the point of dying. They then release you, and then you're drawn behind a horse, and the ending was basically a horse was tied to each arm and leg, and then it just ripped, and then you're fucked.
Shelby didn't like that.
No.
He's like, no, that's enough, thank you.
So in 1100, the very first prisoner was held at the tower, Ranulph Flambard, Bishop of Durham, who escaped by climbing down a rope. In 1536, Anne Boleyn was beheaded on Tower Green, which today has a memorial in her memory. Between 1914 and 1916, 11 German prisoners were shot at the tower for being spies, or for spying.
Yeah.
Same as Shepton Mallet. Well, not spies, but people were shot at.
Yeah, they were stood up against that wall, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
This is something I didn't know. In 1952, the Krays were held in the tower.
I didn't know that.
No, for 4 days, making them amongst the very last prisoners held there.
Wow.
Who have also been at Shepton Mallet.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were at Shepton Mallet.
Yeah.
No, or one of the brothers were at Shepton Mallet.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one. But,
I just can't believe they've been in the Tower of London. Imagine being held there. For
so when was
That's
it last in?
mad.
Or are you going to cover this in a minute?
No, well, that was it. That was they were there for like the last bit, so 1952. I'm guessing it's shut down.
Which is when it was
around that
then.
time, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
I would have committed crimes just to stay there.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
seriously.
Nice.
Just petty crimes like stealing people's steering wheels.
Yeah, literally. Pinching bums.
So,
Cheeky little crime.
so this is the Princes in the Tower. The disappearance of Edward V and his brother Richard, the Duke of York, in 1483 has become one of the most fascinating mysteries surrounding the Tower of London. The two princes were heir to the throne after their father, King Edward IV, who died in 1483. In 1843, wow.
Fucking
good
hell.
one.
They should look into that, really.
It's a long life.
Elixir of life, they found it. They locked in the Tower of London by the paternal uncle Richard, the Duke of Gloucester. This was in preparation for the coronation of the eldest brother, Edward. But before Edward could be crowned, the two brothers were declared illegitimate by Richard, who ascended the throne, becoming King Richard III. It is unclear what happened to the young princes, but with just a little imagination, you could come to the conclusion that they were murdered.
Murder.
The two princes were seen less and less towards their disappearance. It had been suggested that the two brothers escaped the tower and fled to safety. However, in 1674, two young skeletons were found under a staircase at the tower and sent to Westminster Abbey, but have never been DNA tested.
What?
But then, could they?
Well,
I
now-
suppose, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, but I mean, like they would have to dig up, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they know
The
who they was
uncle.
related to. They just take a bone.
Yeah, sure. I mean, to be honest, it's quite suspicious that two skeletons of that age were found.
Of
Yeah.
young boys as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, together when two boys went missing together. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
strange.
Two boys, one staircase. Ha oh.
It's always under the staircase, isn't it? Jesus, it just ran at me!
Went for the full-on attack. Pet me.
We'll kick straight off with the first obvious haunting, the princes.
Mm.
These two have been seen wearing nightshirts while holding hands, usually spotted in the White Tower. You're about to go, oh, aren't you?
Holding hands.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Oh,
Well,
bless
the-
them.
every painting of them seems to be like that kind of, like the...
They
like
came-
blonde hair.
They came as one.
They're one piece, you buy one,
Yeah.
get one.
Oh, imagine dying young, but then you've died with your friends, so you're just
Yeah.
in the afterlife.
Just happy
Yeah.
going around
constantly
holding hands.
Oh.
So sad.
Some claim to also hear giggling at night.
Well, no.
No, but like happy. It's not like ha ha ha.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, but at night, when you're all tucked in.
Yeah, when else are they going to do it? It'd be more annoying if they woke me up to it. Like,
Yeah.
shut up.
If they were down the corridor, I'd be like, cool, just don't come here. Doors closed for a reason, boys.
Yeah.
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 True. Okay.
Give them a playroom.
Fair. You can have the West Wing.
Just bopping going on
Not
all
the
night.
West Wing.
It is said that you can hear the screams and cries of Guy Fawkes in the White Tower, where he was tortured.
Oh.
But I don't know how people know it's definitely Guy Fawkes. Like,
Do you know what?
Guy Fawkes is being tortured here, guys, help me!
That sounds like our guy, that does.
It's definitely
I
got...
recognise that voice.
It's like smelling gunpowder from his breath. Like he ate it.
Probably inhaled it.
He's probably got caught, he's just doing it completely wrong. I thought chewing it exploded in. What? So, another ghost is the phone. Is Anne Boleyn.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So she was the second wife of King Henry VIII and the first to be executed. She is the most common spirit to be seen, especially at Tower Green where she was beheaded. People have said to have seen her headless body wandering the corridors at night.
Oh, how did they know it was her?
Because it's headless.
Because she was thick.
Just
I don't know.
the
One never knows
girl.
what she looks
She
like.
got a
So.
big ass.
I know that rack anyway.
Good joke. Good torture joke.
Like, that looks like that painting. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed
Sorry.
it.
We
She's
don't
doing
actually
a
know what
landmark.
she looks like in all fairness, so...
We know
That's
what she
true.
looks like in paintings.
More than
No.
that.
Maybe she's got the necklace.
Yeah, but that...
Just the necklace.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Pay me like one of your...
She Anne. That's definitely Anne. I'd
Anne.
know that bush anywhere.
And put yourself away. This is disgusting.
Sake, Anne.
We have family.
Why
over
would
here.
you take the necklace off, Anne? Come on.
Just
You
dangling
know
from a
it's
nipple
you.
instead, like...
You know, like when you wear socks but you've got nothing else on, you feel more naked. What if she wasn't like just
Yeah.
having a necklace on, you feel more naked,
Right.
right?
When are you ever naked with just your socks on?
I'm in the winter.
Why in
cold.
the winter?
I'm warm from my
Why
ankles
we're
up.
not in the summer?
Because when you get in bed with socks, it's so much more cozy.
Right.
But I only have one sock.
You never You did not
I'm not on
specify
my
they
feet.
was in bed.
One's a boot sock, one's a trainer sock, and just...
Perfect temperature.
What's like when you're too hot in bed, one leg out is perfect.
Unless it's in a creepy
But then the
position.
demons are going to get you.
Yeah, it depends. Because you can get under my bed.
So the next spirit is that of Lady Jane Grey, who was in your story.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I was going to Sean Connery.
So
You're trying to clamber over here.
Lady Jane Grey, who was executed after only being queen for 9 days by Mary Tudor, or Bloody Mary.
Which you heard last week. Hang
Coming
on,
up
Shelby
up.
trying to clamber up.
Jane's ghost is seen wandering the battlements. Again, that's it.
Can I just say something really quickly? If you can hear a dog breathing if you're listening on the podcast, it's
Waste
because Shelby's
time.
climbed up.
Just call me
Because there are toys on the table and he thinks, oh no, I'm being cute and clambering up. But actually,
Oh.
if you heard that, that was Shelby.
As she's covering up my nasal breathing.
That's true. Okay.
Right. Next up is Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury. Margaret's execution was botched, to put it plainly. She was to be beheaded, but refused to kneel, saying, "So should traitors do, and I am none." The executioner raised his axe, but she ran away. He chased her around the scaffold, hacking at her until she died a gory death.
Oh.
Screams can be heard from the Tower Green, and some visitors have seen a stone tape of the chase. So, if people don't know what stone tape is, it's like a replayed event of like another time. So if someone dies in like a tragic way, they think the energy slaps into like the stones, and if the atmosphere is right or the timing's right or whatever, it can be released again.
Kind of like a time echo.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. I believe that there's strong enough energy in a moment to take over.
It's like residual energy, but it's just like a certain timeline being played, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. This ain't practical.
Right, off you get.
Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
Right, lie down. That's your fault.
Jesus.
That has to be a thumbnail for this one.
It's because you touched him and he wanted me, obviously.
Sorry.
But then if he wants you, then I touch him, he's like, growls at me.
True.
That was, oh Jesus, that was traumatic.
I think Anne Boleyn's beheading went a bit wrong as well because she got smacked in the back of the head and it didn't kill.
Oh, they had to do it twice, didn't they?
Yeah, they had to do it twice. And her last words were, "Sorry, sir, I meant not to do so," because she stood on the executor's foot and apologised to him.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't. Nothing about that. I think that was. If it is her, I know King Henry VIII. He usually you're beheaded by sword
Yes.
by an expert, and he brought in an axeman instead.
Yeah, she had an axe. That's why they didn't get her neck. They
Yeah.
got her. Imagine being
Yeah.
axed in the back of the head.
But he thought he was
Still
being kind.
No, he didn't.
Did he not? Really?
No.
I thought that's why he did it.
Oh,
Why would you get-
really
no.
thought about why he did it?
As an expert swordsman, he wasn't even there for the event either. But
Oh.
usually it was a swordman, so it was one clean sweep. You'd never know.
Yeah.
But he got it changed to an axeman,
Oh, I
Okay.
So
didn't
it
know he
works.
actually did that. I knew it was an axe, but I didn't quite know why.
just a tin of peas instead. Come on.
Yeah. This is how.
Or if you crack the tin open and just use the lid.
Or just a spoon, just a rubber band.
Bit of string.
So next,
Floss. Sorry.
Times is never going to miss her fucking bus. 100%.
It's right, there's another one behind it, but they appeared at the same time, so we'll just watch it.
You get one for 2 hours and then you get 2 at once. Perfect.
Alright, so the next one. Animal spirits have also been heard at the tower, including monkeys, lions, and horses,
What?
but only one has been seen.
Oh.
A horse. That's my bet. No?
No.
A monkey.
No.
A diamond.
A lion.
A dandelion.
This was the first one of the season. The last one of the season.
The first of the season, I'll have it right now. So, a guard at the tower claimed a ghostly bear charged him, to which he tried to stab the bear and his bayonet to no prevail, so it just went straight through him.
There he goes!
The bear passed through him. The guard carried his senseless body to his quarters, and he died 2 days later.
What? Just a fright of like,
Yeah.
Well,
and now.
You would, wouldn't you?
You turn around as
Scary
a
enough to see
bear.
a real
Yeah,
bear.
you don't expect to see a bear right there. Right there.
You
Right
don't.
there.
in his underwear.
And she's unaware.
His underclair.
He does not dare.
That's not fair.
You at least go in the shower.
What colour was his hair?
What's that over there?
Definitely came from a letter.
What's that over there?
So rare.
Nice. It's
Right.
rude to stare.
No.
Just gotta get on.
Compose yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So, the
Hi.
Ravens.
Oh, I love
Oh, I
ravens.
love ravens too.
It is said that the kingdom and the Tower of London will fall if the 6 resident ravens ever leave. In the 17th century, Charles II, who's said to be the first to insist the ravens stay at the Tower of the Crown and the Tower itself will fall.
Can I just quickly say, the same 6 ravens, or is it just a random 6 every time? Because I can't imagine the 6 ravens would live that long.
What they do? What from the 1600s? No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
there's always got to be
Did you know they
6
lived
there.
for 6,000 years, ravens? Their life expectancy.
6,000?
Yeah. So the king's order was given against the wishes of his astronomer, John Flamstead, who claimed the ravens would impress his business? Impede his business.
What does that mean? Ruin it?
Yeah, just get in the way of it, basically. The current ravens are named Jubilee, Harris, Poppy, Georgie, Edgar, Branwen, and Rex. That's 7, so I guess one's a spare. Another interesting part of the tower is that from 1661, the crown jewels have been stored there, protected by armed guards. The jewels are still in use for very special occasions, also worth a jaw-dropping £25 billion.
Well, that pay the bills, wouldn't it?
It's 25 billion.
Wow. They're so beautiful as well, aren't they? Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love that the crown is purple, though.
Well,
Purple's
it's the royal
like my-
colour, isn't it? It's their colour.
My favourite purple.
Yeah,
my
'cause it
favourite
was.
purple.
My favourite purple
My
is
favourite
colour.
purple is raw.
My favourite colour is purple.
I love there's the video of the Queen where they're like all got the gloves and they're like removing the crown.
Oh,
and
she just
putting it
moves
here, and
it.
She's just like, oh, crown!
Yeah.
So just do that.
She just didn't. She
I remember
never
the clip.
cared.
It was the can we move the crown towards you a little bit?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, just move it.
Yeah, they're all like with putting their gloves on and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, just move it.
Yeah.
God, if I was a raw, I'd just have like a basketball hoop, just like whip.
Yeah.
Gone.
She was like, it was the most uncomfy thing ever. It was so heavy that she was like, that's
Oh,
why
bless
she was
her.
so small, because of the crown.
Just never let it grow. Actually, that reminded me of Hampton Court. That really pissed me off when I went and saw the crown. I was like, oh, it's Henry VIII's crown. And they're like, no,
Replica.
It's a replica. It's like,
Oh, I'd be so annoyed.
Yeah.
Really cool
See
place.
the real deal.
Why? Don't make a replica. We don't
No.
want that.
How hard to put bulletproof glass around the fucking thing? I want to see it.
Yeah, literally.
So you could say the tower has had its fair share of dark history spanning nearly 1,000 years and having around 400 executions.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
I found out
It's
at
a
the
lot
very,
haunting.
I found out at the very end of my research. Like, I was like 48 torches. Like, there's gonna be more to this. And it's like 400 executions. Oh, okay, that's more like
There
it.
we
go.
That's how it should be.
There we go. Just the tortures were, some of them were noted.
And as ever, we'd love to hear any of your stories you might have had if you've ever visited the tower.
Oh, yeah, because we haven't. We are yet to
absolutely.
visit.
Yeah.
You
no,
guys haven't visited.
No.
I thought you had.
I went in primary school and I got myself a little wooden sword and I used it so
I
much.
love these wooden swords. I had a foam one.
Nice.
Never had
Oh.
foam
I had one of
sword
the plastic one. You know, you had the gold and silver ones.
Yeah.
Me and my sister had one of each colour and we're like,
No.
we killed each other.
An older brother, so
No.
I wouldn't allow that.
No, I was going to say that wouldn't be very wise, would it, for you guys?
I'd love to go. I don't really like London. London's
No.
really stressful. Do you remember when we got lost when we went to see The Woman in Black?
Yeah, because
We got lost for
we
about
couldn't remember
3
where we
hours.
parked the
Yeah,
car.
the thing was, we knew where we parked the car, but all the car parks,
The park,
the
everything.
car parks were all called the same thing.
Yeah, that's
They
very
all
true.
had the same sign. So we were like 3 hours walking around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a night in London.
Oh my god, my feet were bleeding after that. It was
Yeah.
awful.
I was hungry, I needed a wee,
Sammy
and then
was
we ended
so
up paying
grumpy.
almost £100 for parking
Yeah,
for the day.
it was. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that
not
was a
work.
joke. We were like, Tom, just go and find the car and come and get us.
Yeah,
we can't walk anymore.
Like, oh no.
Because
Thought we were gonna kill each other.
I'm not going to get on public transport in London. I'd rather walk there from here. Fuck that.
Yeah, didn't we learn that day? Me and Tamsin were like following behind Tom, like, okay.
Yeah, seriously. we were
Could have
like-
told me to put on my,
Yeah,
what
I
they
had
called?
dolly shoes on. My feet were
Oh my
swollen.
god, yeah. I think I was wearing my Doc Martens, which weren't as bad,
Yeah, that's
but
It was a good show though, wasn't it?
oh
Woman
my
in
god,
Black
yeah.
was
Woman in Black on stage is amazing. I've seen it like 3 times now.
Mm. It's really
Oh, I
because
love
it's a
it.
one-man show, isn't it? Well, this one that we
Kind
saw
of
was
2 men, but yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it's kind of 2 men, but it's done like differently from the film.
yeah, it's really clever,
Even though I love the film.
really cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
if you've been there and had anything spooky happen to you, please let us know.
yeah.
We do have a Facebook group. So search Grim Reading Kings. Is it just Grim Reading Kings?
It's just Grim Reading Kings, yeah.
Yep, and then join, and then leave a comment, leave a post, anything. We will respond. Because obviously our plan is to go to the Tower of London, I think.
Oh, 100%. I need to visit. I can remember vaguely what's there. I remember seeing a raven really up close, actually, because there were some steps on the way up, and there was one just sat there. I was like, that's a big fucking crow. They're
love
really
ravens.
tame.
They're so beautiful, honestly.
They talk. They do, they hear Taurus, and they've, on the research, they've been known to talk in different accents and languages.
What?
So they picked up, because there's a lot of Chinese Taurus, they picked up Chinese. Some of these.
That is insane. Like, what?
They're so clever. And they like kind of imitate the beef eaters out there as well. Some of the things they say at certain times, they say it for them. And
that's insane.
they're so clever.
So fucking clever.
Shit.
Also, in your own time, go on TikTok and search. There's I can't remember. I won't say her name just in case she wants out there. But there's a woman who actually lives there, and you can just see her wandering around at night.
Yeah.
And, oh man, I'm so jealous. But yeah, just go on TikTok and type in Tower of London. You'll see some cool shit.
But yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, I hope
Thank you for
enjoyed.
watching.
Good story.
That was really cool. That was a lot more than I thought that went on in the Tower of London. Obviously, you imagine it being really dark and horrible, but shit, man.
Just the 48 people tortured. That's a fucking lie.
And then the 400 people killed.
I was like, yeah, I've only eaten this much today. I swear I haven't had like 8 donuts. And...
Literally. Secret eaters. Secret torturers. Secret torches.
You watch a crime rate would drop there if they brought that back in now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god, imagine.
Should.
yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
We're all for it.
Absolutely.
How many times would you have been hung by now?
Yeah, but why not? True.
By you.
Maybe once for me.
The thing is, if you murder someone and you get put on the fucking Skeffingtons, whatever it is, you will never go anywhere near a person ever again. You need to be scared to not do that shit. Instead of being like, oh, it's okay. You must have had a mental problem. It's okay. We'll release you back out. She'd be like, no, you knew what you're doing.
Yeah.
To a certain if you killed someone, you knew what you're doing. If you threw acid in someone's face, you knew what you were doing.
God.
Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.